Welcome to For Comic's Sake, where we're all about celebrating comic book fans like you. Dive into the dynamic universe of comic book art with us as we give away exclusive art and books and capture the essence of your favorite characters and stories. Whether you're a dedicated collector or new to the world of comics, join our community for a chance to snag some incredible artwork and connect with fellow enthusiasts. Get ready to unleash your inner superhero and explore the magic of comics right here on For Comic's Sake. Hi, I'm your host, J.Crager, if you didn't know that already. And this is our 12th episode of For Comic's Sake. We have a few things here that I have to do real quick because I'm feeling cantankerous.
This is a song for the 90s from my buddies, the Descendants.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to Dorina Central. May I take your order, please?
Yeah. I want...
What's wrong with that?
Why don't we listen?
Yeah, we know. We love that stuff. So I never get to watch that movie ever, and I need to find a copy of it somewhere. I do not have a copy. Maybe I can get it from my little friend here.
What?
Let's see.
I feel like a Spanish, like a Puerto Rican in this hair. I felt Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Y'all know I love me some Puerto Rican. I felt Puerto Rican in this. Rican.
Yeah, Rican. So speaking of Puerto Ricans, let's bring my ever magnanimous co-host, writer extraordinaire, William Perdomo.
You pretentious 90s techno-weenie. How dare you call me a Puerto Rican? I hail from the proud peoples of Argentina who have the distinction of having no natives around them before they killed them all.
Okay, my Argentinian friend. I couldn't find...
And we housed very lovely people from Europe. We gave them shelter.
I want Bernie Mac to make a little TikTok like that says, I'm Argentinian. It just wouldn't be as funny.
We like gold and people with small mustaches that work at Mercedes plants.
Awesome. So tonight we're actually here to talk about comic books,
Indeed.
Not about whether Will is Puerto Rican or Argentinian. But that being said, our guest tonight is Matthew Weldon.
Mr. Weldon.
Hey.
Welcome.
Fantastic artist. I actually kind of had to get a little queued up on your stuff. I've seen your stuff floating around. I've seen that Spawn piece that you have there, but I've also seen the Shank piece that you did.
Oh yeah.
I like your breakdowns, man. You have like a vigil-y feel to you when you're doing your little breakdowns, and I like that.
Oh well, I appreciate that. Speaking of, I totally slipped my mind. I have something that is a breakdown that I wanted to show you that I almost forgot about, and it's not as far along as I wanted it to be, Brother William, but
yes, sir.
It's
is it what I think it is?
Hopefully.
Ooh.
Let's see if I can.
And by the way, Mr. Weldon already upstages Mr. Crager by just, casually having out this, piece on his drawing table.
That's fine.
Well, no, hold on. This is my office is a mess, and I did this a while back for that contest, and because it didn't get picked, I have a hard time just throwing stuff aside. I was telling you guys I planned on repurposing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish this leg. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my character from Punchline, who's like this really also very cantankerous female, and I'm going to put her in there, and it's going to end up being a Punchline cover for something in the future. A crossover with maybe I'll call him Blondwick instead of John Wick.
Let's zoom in on this.
So I don't get copyright infringed.
Yeah, it's such a nice piece.
Well, while you're looking for that, Mr. Weldon, say hello to the chat. Seth, welcome, sir. Hail the room, hail the panel. Thank you for showing up. There's our good buddy J-Bot. Yo, what's up, dude?
J-Bot.
The madman himself. Greetings, salutations.
Madman. Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican.
The always reliable GJ. That's a great avatar you got there, my friend.
Nice.
Hyper Potato. Weldon Rule. He's my Atari Force bro. You got a fan there, Mr. Weldon?
Oh, it's hard. I have a sketch of that I've been sitting on too for years that I need to finish.
Mr. Crenshaw, have you been here before? If you haven't, welcome. Thank you for coming. Mr. Zablo, good evening. Thank you for showing up, my friend. Aldis, we don't see you too often, but when you do come in, we're always happy and we're gratified. Thank you for coming in and thank you for suggesting. And with that, I think, is that everyone? And we got Hyper Potato repeating. Be sure to look for Matt's punchline published by Anarctic Comics. Matt and Bill have something great with it.
Nice.
And J-Bot's going to grab himself some punchline this week.
Yeah, issue 15 came out a few months ago, and 14 a month or two before that. And then there was a special swimsuit issue that I started years ago too that finally came out. Punchline swimsuit issue that came out a couple months after 15.
Wow.
So, yeah, this year, some couple months ago. But there's the breakdown.
Is that for what I? Is that what I think it is?
Well, I don't. Well, I'm hoping it is because if I drew the wrong thing, then I apologize.
How do we get bigger? Get bigger.
Oh, wow!
If I can make it.
I wonder if the audience knows what this is. What Mr. Matt is doing for us.
I know what he's doing. That's fucking great.
Before the show, I commissioned Matt to do a meathead piece for us because one of the great things of doing your own work and your own book is that you can get to hire all your favorite artists to do renditions of your characters. And I asked him, and he did this in a day. This breakdown. So
I did just a little while ago. Yeah.
Wow. Can you hit full screen on your end, Matt?
Let me see. Full screen. I think that's pretty much as full screen as I can get.
Or zoom in on it, maybe?
Well, okay, so see if this works, if it cuts it off, because I think it's going to cut it off.
Right. Yeah, go ahead and zoom in like that and just scroll up and down so the crowd can see.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Wow.
It's a double page I can pull out the pages too if you guys wanted to, but I really like drawing antlers sometimes on females, and I like drawing hair.
Well, and you saw the deer woman that I sent you. And we won't tell you what that is quite yet, who the deer woman is.
Well, hopefully this is not the first exposure to. Okay, so I'm not sharing out of turn. All right, nope. and then I was like, I wanted to draw him with and I was like, why am I crossing over the arms and the hands? I wanted to draw him with an M16 in the other hand too, just blasting. You know what I'm saying? Just. But it was kind of tricky, and maybe he doesn't have a machete or anything, but the machete was fun. And then I had fun, with the exit wounds back here. So, anyways, yeah.
Wow, Matt, that is wonderful. Even at this stage, it's beautiful. What do you think, Crager?
No, I think it's fantastic. I like the lighting on his face. I like it.
The muzzle fire might be too much, but it's comics, right?
It's the 80s.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it.
And again, everybody who just entered, this is Matt's commission for Meathead. And just wanted to say hello to Matt LaRock, who just came in. Welcome, sir. Glad you came for the show. And I hope you like Matt's breakdown of his Meathead piece. Wow.
Pretty nice, man.
That is great, Matt. Thank you.
Breakdowns are fun, you guys. I just have the freaking time of my life doing this stuff.
Oh, no. When you did the Black Flag one, I remember you were just throwing ideas left and right for the that little story you did that's still going to be published in the Black Flag 0 issue. And I remember you were just doing these big brush strokes of layouts, and I was just like, holy! It was my first. Matt has a distinction of putting to paper the very first words I ever wrote for a comic.
Oh, nice.
So there's some sentimental value attached to Matt's work for me.
Where is? I wish I could find it, but I did a couple of them. And if I find them in a second, I'll show you. What are the Black Flag characters? There's the big ape guy
Gorilla,
and
yeah.
the mecha gorilla, and then there was the girl, and then there was the Spider-Man or Nightcrawler slash with the
Rascal, yeah.
Rascal with the suit, or not with this. Maybe it was his skin. Anyways, yeah, I have a couple of I have a bunch of fan art stuff from that. Bunches of ridiculous amounts.
We'd love to see it, Matt, one day.
If I find it here in a second, I'll show you.
It's
as we're
like
talking.
an old man. It's an old man's cupboard in Matt's office.
So Matt LaRock says he still hasn't gotten his Chaos Marine. That is correct. I'm still getting stuff out. Usually I don't send stuff out weekly. I make a pile and I just kind of go all at once. So I need to put out probably about 5 or 7 pieces that need to go out. So I've waited about a month and a half. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're coming. I promise you they're coming, Mr. LaRock.
You insane meat bags?
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
So my question for you, Matt, are you going to be drawing with us tonight?
Oh, me? Oh, that's why. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know you've got a piece you're finishing up there, but do you want to draw?
No, I'm going to be drawing.
Something?
Yeah, whatever. I'm very much looking forward to the Wheel of Suffrage.
Good Lord!
Speaking of which, very good. Thank you for reminding me. I'm an old man here.
Fucking
wheel. I only got a small peek of the
Suffer. All right.
Suffer.
Oh, I remember Sergeant Rock was one of them. Yeah.
Yes.
Is everyone ready?
You are ready.
Suffer.
All right, I'm doing it. Let's go. Let's see who the lucky winner is this week.
Do it. Make us suffer.
Finally! Yes, I'm very happy with this. I am very happy with this.
Speaker of the House. Is that the person who picked it?
Yeah, Speaker of the House.
Oh, yeah, Speaker, yeah.
So you finally have won, and I'm glad you won because I want to see this, and I'm glad Weldon's here to do this.
Sergeant Rock, yeah.
The only other person that would have been really cool to do this would have been Kelsey. I was hoping Kelsey would win that time. Sergeant Rock.
Kelsey.
All right, we got it going, Sergeant Rock, for this evening for these two gentlemen, and congratulations, Speaker of the House. Remember, make yourself known.
Yeah, I guess we're drawing the Rock tonight. The Rock.
Indeed. How do you feel about that one, Matt? Drawing
I'm jacked. I freaking I'm all about drawing the 45s, man. I just those 1911s. That's where I'm going tonight.
I like how since you. I mean, I don't know if you did this consciously, but you know that Meathead, the contemporary part of the story, takes place in the 80s. So you gave him a Desert Eagle.
I don't know what that was, but okay. The Desert Eagle works fine. It was just, I was actually kind of panicking and trying to get you something before tonight kicked off, and so I was like, oh crap, just let me draw Pistola, some Pistola of some variety. Dang, where are that black?
Hyper Potato, are you the same? Are you Speaker of the House? Is Hyper Potato Speaker of the House?
I don't know.
Because he said, "Do I need to DM my address?" Are you the same person?
Oh.
Yeah. If
you are, yes, please. To Craig.
If Hyper Potato is Speaker of the House, then yes.
Yes. So hit up Crager, send him over. But yeah, if you guys remember, that was a choice gun in the 80s because it was a very techy, powerful weapon that was good for action heroes, even though you could never fire it one-handed. I think the Israelis invented the Desert Eagle because most of the time they're fighting in urban situations and they don't have the room. It's not ergonomic to have anything that could take out vehicles, so they created the Desert Eagle to fire through engine blocks.
I've only held Desert Eagles before, but I actually own what's called a baby eagle. They're Israeli made 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
It literally says Desert Eagle on the side of it, but they're called baby eagles for some reason. for fun. Let me see. All right, so if you're interested, real quick, I found some of those.
Please.
That is not it.
And thank you, iPotato. He like Crager says, he tends to send these out in bundles. So if he doesn't send it out right after the show, he's going to send them out in groups, just like he told Matt.
So I promise they'll all make their way out to everybody. It just takes me a little bit of time.
He is an artist, and come on, he's on hippie time.
Yeah. And my mother-in-law just got home Friday too, so there's been that from the hospital.
I mean, as a writer, I'm always spanking that ass, but it doesn't do anything. You know, they just kind of look at me and say, "Well, I'm not gonna."
Yeah, pushing doesn't help. It'll get you. It'll get there. The inspiration is 99% of it.
All right, let me Google Sergeant Rock if you want to look at that Black Flag stuff.
Oh man,
please.
Sergeant Rock.
I can't tell if let me see here.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, guys. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, Speaker of the House already reached out.
All right, Crenshaw. See you later, buddy. He says I'm out. If you all would go watch my short review of Jawbone Death. Drop the link in the chat before you go, Crenshaw. Then, so we can go have a look, or everybody can go have a look.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Tokame says artists are secretly French. Indeed.
Yeah, definitely.
This is me giving a cigarette to a baby because I don't care because I'm French.
Because I'm French.
Right.
You cheese-eating surrender monkeys. All right, gentlemen.
Should I draw sideways or should I draw? Oh, sideways might be fun.
Hyper Potato has a suggestion. Tell Weldon to Google Joe Kubert or Russ Heath Sergeant Rock.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Russ Heath? I never heard of that. I've probably seen it. Let me do that. Russ. I just can't believe I got it right. It's SGT. Russ.
And I do have a question for you, Matt. How long have you actually been in this thing? Because you kind of, to me anyways, kind of came out of nowhere. Did you start in this business in 2019, 2020, or were you doing stuff before that?
Oh, good question. It is kind of weird for me to think back on it because I guess if I had to pick a year, I want to say it might have been around 2005, 2006 when I started thinking about doing stuff seriously. I mean, my work wasn't anything like it is now. It was pretty much garbage, and I did one of my very first works was I did a graphic novel for Image Comics with a guy named Mark Smith, and he's the guy that did that. He's the guy that really hit crowdfunding hard back in the day. He was, I don't know if he's one of the first, but he's one of the ones that brought a lot of attention to it, and he's one of the first ones that did a really big numbers on one of his first campaigns. He did over 100,000 on the Sullivan Sluggers campaign many years ago, and I did a lot of work for that. I didn't draw the book or the whole book. I did a lot of the card sets and pinups and the T-shirts and all the other stuff for it, But the image book I did was called New Brighton Archaeological Society. It was like 180 pages, and it got a lot of good reviews at the time. I did a second one too, but Image didn't want to have anything to do with it. It was just a little
sales, or
it was a little chibi anime kids book, and there were some serious parts in it, but that new MTV even rated it like best all ages graphic novel of 2009. It was kind of fun to get some of that coverage at the time, and then after that, it's just been all over the place. I mean, all over the place. I got a chance to do some Red Sonja crossover stuff
Nice.
a few years ago. I've done lots of Ninja Turtles covers here and there, lots of Street Fighter stuff.
That was some big stuff that was going around, the Ninja Turtle stuff. Because I just remember just seeing you just appear one day.
Well, it's funny. There was one article I remember written about me like a long time ago. And listen to me. I'm not a big deal. Like not a big deal at all. So I am just kind of like on the outskirts, just messing around. There was that article that was written about me. It was it said, this guy, he's like he's fun and he likes to he's kind of likes to remain scarce and rare in a way. So it's funny that you say that. I am the guy that's known as, just the guy that pops up every now and then and keeps it scarce. Not like intentionally. Maybe I'll become less scarce someday. But, that is, anyways, weird stories. I guess it's been a crazy ride for many years.
Jolly Green, welcome, sir. And Johnny Scab, I haven't seen you here, so welcome. Thank you for coming in. A lot of new people coming in to see you tonight, Matt. You're quite a draw.
Well, I do. It's fun. I like to do drawing streams. So when you asked me, it was fun. And I do a drawing stream every now and then with Mike Miller every week, but not every week. But we don't advertise as good as you guys advertise. So when I saw you guys, and holy cow, your previous streams, how can I not like get in on all the legends like Crager and Kelsey Shannon who have come before me? I mean, I remember the first time I saw Crager was years ago whenever he was putting out his Hammer book, but I was too poor to. Coolest thing I'd seen. One of the only books I'd actually ever really considered buying, but I was too poor at the time.
Oh man,
so I might buy one off you if you got one after you fulfill.
Oh, we have. I'll get you a copy, buddy. Don't worry about that. Yeah, you're awesome. I mean it when I say like I very rarely like consider backing, but that Hammer book. Anyways, yeah, I know Crager. Well, I appreciate it. Wow,
I didn't. This is special for me because you two guys are up there in like my top 10 favorite artists, like favorite artists, period. So I'm very happy to be here between the two of you.
Yeah, a Will sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Indeed.
I know how Will likes that.
That Argentinian filling.
That's right.
Well, that's why I moved myself to the outer edges.
So tasty.
Let's see what Weldon's got. Weldon's still got a
blank page. I've been talking too much. Let me look at the reference. I've been watching Crager too much. I need to look away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on a sec. I like sometimes as far as art goes, I like kind of just looking at the paper for a few minutes and then kind of animating if I can a little bit, and then just kind of freezing and take it off.
I get what you're. Yeah. That's one of those techniques that you can use that can really motivate you to do some really dynamic stuff.
It is fun sometimes. It helps, I think. And then, I mean, you can start and go crazy, and I like that approach too. But I think sometimes if I sit there and take 5 minutes or just 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes it's whenever you get it, it helps it go faster sometimes. But anyways, that sometimes it's all over. All right.
I love your breakdowns, so I can't wait to see what you do.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
At the end of this, we'll show the meathead thing again, so for the people who came in later, they can see it at the end of the stream.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because I was surprised how fast you did, and that's what I mean by the breakdowns. What we mean by the breakdowns, like look how fast you did that one.
Well, I want to say the one, if you're talking about the little double page with meat, I think it took about 45 or 50 minutes. But I thought about it for a little bit before I sat down and did it. Sometimes it doesn't go that fast all the time. And I want to actually ink something tonight, so let me get busy. I like holy crap, the Sergeant Rock has got belts of ammunition.
Yeah,
strung
all the shit.
This is gonna be awesome.
He has all the stuff.
All right, let's do it this way. Let's turn the paper.
And backstage, we were talking that that Matt has a similar relationship with Mike S. Miller that I have with Crager, which is not wholly just comics, but one of the great things about being friends with Crager is that I'm kind of in a situation where I don't have a lot of adult contact because I'm a single dad and I have my caregiver for my mother who has dementia. So I spend my time with a crazy person and a child most of the time. So when I talk to an adult, it's like just word vomit. You know, I could talk to somebody who can understand me.
Yeah.
And usually that's Crager because he calls me every day like a concerned mother to see how I'm doing.
I'm just making sure he hasn't murdered anybody. So.
Yeah, well, it's whatever. Well, I start yapping at him, and we talk. You know, our conversations run the gamut from what's going on in our lives to Meathead to the comics in general
to whatever.
But one of my favorite discussions with him is our philosophical ones because we're diametrically opposed in a lot of things. We're both very moral men, but in terms of how we ground those things, are diametrically opposed. And what I love about talking to Crager is he keeps me on my toes. He keeps asking me questions and not making me lazy.
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's the great thing about having a friend who I would say he's an atheist is a kind of an understatement.
Yeah, no, you can get stagnant if you don't get out there and fraternize and communicate with other people who challenge you like that.
Mm-hmm. And Crager's not afraid to ask you direct questions and go, well, why?
I want to know.
Yeah, and we've had 2-hour-long debates before.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite ones was like a year ago. It wasn't a religious debate; it was a political one, and I think it was during the beginning of the Ukrainian war. We had a debate that went on. I was driving. I remember to Portland, and it was a 2-hour like intense debate on the politics.
Dude, those trips go fast though. 2 hours. I bet you that 2 hours was nothing.
Oh, it did, but it was a good one because we were really going at it, and it wasn't mean or anything, but it was a lot. We had a lot to say to each other.
That is true. That is very true.
But as of late, it's not really politics we talk about. It's mostly metaphysics.
That and comics and the show, and getting guests on the show, and making our guests happy. In some cases, by changing their, the schedule for them or whatever. So we have some crazy stuff coming up, hopefully this week. So that'll be awesome.
Well, thank you, J-Bot. He said, Will's a man's man. Props, my dude. Well, I do my best. Thank you, though. That is praise from Caesar, though. J-Bot's quite the man. And he has a wonderful book, Berserker. It reminds me of Axe Wielder John, like a toned-down Axe Wielder John. Let's see what Walter is doing. He caught up suddenly. Look at that.
Well, I don't know about that. But I'm just debating on if I want the rifle pointed more towards you, or just have him like running with it towards you, pointing more downward.
Sergeant Rock usually depicted with a Thompson.
Yeah, I think so. That's all I've noticed.
Which sucks because they're funny shaped.
Yeah, it does.
They're funny. They're funny shaped.
And by the way, Seth, you can get a copy of the Ashcan of Berserker if you hit up J-Bot. Hit him up on Twitter, and he, I think he's selling them for $20. Well worth it.
Berserker. Makey suck Berserker.
Did he just say making suck?
Makey suck, yes, I did.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wait a minute. And from your intro too, I was meaning to ask, what movie was that from? That Wiener Schnitzel.
The volume.
Thing?
Oh, Pump Up the Volume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that. Oh,
great.
With
Christian
Slater. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I might have seen it then. I had 3 older sisters, so I've probably seen it.
It was
But
so good.
Whenever you said Wiener Schnitzel, I have a Wiener Schnitzel shirt, like an actual work shirt, like a button-up work shirt. I got off of somebody from California. I was like, I have to have one of those shirts, and they gave me one.
Do you guys think that? I mean, maybe Weldon can't answer this because he hasn't seen the film. But what about you, Crager? Do you think that Pump Up the Volume could count as a cyberpunk film?
Oh crap!
I don't know if it's not in the vein that it's like visually a cyberpunk movie. Maybe in the overall like tone, the fact that they're rebelling. But no, I don't think it can, because cyberpunk has to do with, I think, visual like alteration of the world around you and things like that. Is that not correct, Seth? Seth would know.
Well, the reason why I say it and why I try to make the categorization is that in that period of the 90s, when cyberpunk was really kind of flowering in other mediums besides just novels, like Neuromancer and Snow Crash and stuff like that, it was the internet, and in this case, pirate radio was a place for people to be revolutionaries, to say things that needed to be said, to challenge authority, and not just another space for capitalism to extend itself in that it is now, right?
Okay.
And I think that's why I'm saying it with Pump Up the Volume, because it was, Happy Harry Hard On looking at this school and saying there's something wrong here, that they're artificially creating scores. They're artificially pumping up their scores by getting rid of the problem students that they should be focusing on helping.
Oh.
Right.
And that's what he's doing. He's speaking truth to power. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that cyberpunk is digital cowboys. It's hackers. It's going after mega corporations, finding their secrets, extracting them, bringing them to light, or selling them in the case of more unsavory black hats.
Yeah, I guess if you're trying to categorize it like that, then it could be. Like, it fits the vein of them finding a conspiracy, but that's like any spy movie, I guess. But it's under the guise of hackers and rebellion and things like that. So yeah, I mean, it just doesn't fit the visual aspect of it.
Well, he has an avatar, because he's a different person as Happy Harry than he is at school. At school, he's a shy, introverted, not really a nerd, just a guy keeping to himself that isn't. And when you watch the film, it gives you the impression that it's an alter ego, but I think that's really him. Like, he's really not a guy who is comfortable being extroverted, and he can do that when he's taken out of the equation, when it's just his voice.
Yes, exactly.
So it has that in common as well, where it's, like I said, it's a handle, and he's extending himself into the AM world, or FM. I don't know what you would call it. Is it AM, FM world?
I think it was like FM. Yeah. Radio. I love that fucking movie.
Well, it's really funny too.
Yeah, we're still talking about it. Yeah, let's put on some more
cyberpunk though, man. I mean, but you're right. Like, the visuals. I mean, that's what it comes down to when people.
Let's make a photo together. In the Adobe Photoshop beta app, you can click on generate.
Sorry.
There you go. I need to get down with mine. I need to get down with the new Photoshop.
Right, and then obviously the film that came after that, Hackers, had that element in it. And one of Crager's favorite actors, Matthew Lillard, starring in it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What was that movie? Matthew Lillard was in a movie. Wait a minute. No. I'm thinking about the lead character. Matthew Lillard was that tall, gangly dude from SLC Punk, right?
Of course, you bring up SLC Punk.
No. I thought I was disregard what I was going to say then, because I remember a Christian Slater movie with the lead character of the Hackers movie, whatever his name was, and it was one of the coolest movies. They were on an island. Man, I wish I could remember what the name of the movie. If anybody knows, please help me out.
Oh, Christian Slater?
Yeah, there was Christian Slater with the guy, and it was such a good movie. And the people were just dying on this island, and it was a pretty good twist at the who as to who it was. You know? Anyways, I'll have to look that up before the end of the night. I'm very notorious for bringing up a bunch of things that I don't know the names to or the name of the actor.
Craig, are you playing music?
I am.
It's very loud.
Wait, James, turn it up, bro.
Yeah, turn it up.
Well, if anybody knows what this film is that Matt's talking about, I'm not quite sure. The Christian
I was
Slater.
just gonna look up both actors, and then I'm sure it'll come up.
I'll get it. It was Christian Slater and who?
And whoever the lead guy was in the Hackers movie. Oh yeah. I love that song. That's a good song. That actually, when you put it right up to the microphone, sounded really good on my end, anyway.
It did. Okay.
Down to business. I got my wild cherry Diet Pepsi, and I got my blackjack gum here, and I got that feeling. Yeah, that familiar feeling that something rank is going down out there.
Dude, Leonard Cohen is gone.
The great credit sequence. The camera kind of traveling over his ear. With the little penis jumping up and down.
What?
He had one of those wind-up penises. You remember those that like hop up and down? Remember?
No. Wind-up wankers.
The poor stay poor. The rich get rich. That's how it goes. Everybody knows.
And it is the ultimate Gen Xer movie, too.
Everybody knows that the boat is leaking. Everybody knows the captain lied. Everybody got this broken feeling. Like their father or their dog just died. Everybody talking to their pockets. Everybody wants a box of chocolates and a long stem rose. Everybody knows.
I can't wait to go look this movie up.
You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat, Matt.
Well, the funniest thing is like I like rediscovering movies that I've probably seen before, like from way back. Because like I said, I was born in 1980, so I mean, I don't know. I might have missed it.
Baby, you're baby.
How old are you, William?
I'm 42. I was born in 82.
Oh, dang.
So the film we're talking about, I'll put it up here so everybody can see it, would be this one right here. Fantastic film. I think it was one of Christian Slater's first films when he was getting a little bit of a critical mass there, where he plays like we were saying, he's a pirate DJ. He's from New York or back east. His parents move out to the southwest to take up teaching positions, and he's isolated and utilizes a radio set that his parents got him to communicate with his friends back east, and instead uses it as a means to talk about how corrupt the school he's going to is.
Really?
Yeah.
And ends up starting a revolution, but inadvertently.
Yep, accidentally. And it's fantastic.
Holy crap.
It's so good.
And Samantha Mathis is beautiful in this film.
Part of every time we talk about it further, I feel like it's coming to me, but I think I really need to see it.
Need to see it.
Like, what was this movie that I saw recently that I was just like, what is that movie where these deep sea divers on this rig come into contact with aliens and all this other stuff?
The Abyss?
The Abyss?
Yes. I didn't know.
You're talking like that's an obscure film, Matt.
I know. It was so scary because I remember seeing it 20, 30 years ago. And then I just watched it like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, "This is it."
Well, by the way, Matt, that's actually not as weird as I just made it sound, because James Cameron had that he was kind of sitting on the home video release of that and True Lies for about 30 years.
That's right.
Took forever to get out.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it just came out 3 months ago.
Because I remember they might have done like a re-release like a few months ago. That's why, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did I think The Abyss has the distinction of being one of the first films to utilize an AI algorithm for the restoration.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what?
Which had a lot of people complaining.
It's probably amazing.
Oh, sure, at the time, yeah.
Because he kind of, he made it look like Avatar. He made it look like a newer film, and there's a lot of people who are like, it looks great, wonderful. But a lot of people who would say, I prefer a film that looks how it looked like when it was projected.
Avatar. It was a good. We're talking about James Cameron's Avatar.
Yeah. He wants all of his films to look like they were shot yesterday.
You mean Dances with Wolves with Aliens?
Indeed.
I love Dances with Wolves.
Gordon, good brother, welcome, buddy.
So good, yeah.
And
we're
Hero
gonna start
Darky Dark.
inking.
Welcome, Hero Darky Dark. I haven't seen you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
I want to see what he's up to.
Hero Darky Dark?
No, I'm like, I want to see what fucking.
What your competition is doing?
Yeah. Oh, you fucking suck.
I'm gonna see if I can get another couple of people in there.
Indeed,
nice.
We're doing.
I want to get a medic nurse in there or something like that. We'll see if that happens.
Gordon, we're doing Sergeant Rock. Awesome Sergeant Rock.
So good. I knew he was gonna smoke me. So.
Thank you for coming in, K-pop. Nice to see you.
Nothing done yet.
I knew it.
Pull out some paper.
For fuck's sakes.
Decent paper. Don't get all jazzed yet. This is. I'm probably gonna botch this. I'm notorious for chokage.
Let's see yours, Crager. I think you took yourself off the stage.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I take myself off the stage? Hold on.
But,
I'm busy working.
And then another film that came out around that time, that was a cyberpunk film, which was actually a William Gibson adaptation that he wrote the adaptation for. Remember Johnny Mnemonic?
Oh, I need to watch that again, too.
Yeah, man. Weirdly enough, Robert Longo directed that movie, and I'm not sure if you guys knew who that is, but he was a photographer who he did that series of like executives in the like crazy poses, like mid, like doing, like mid action. Do you guys remember those, Crager? They're black and white, like photos.
I think I do. Yeah.
You know what? In American Psycho, Patrick Bateman has the prints on his wall, these full size prints of the Robert Longo. Nice. Photographs.
Nice. Yes, I remember that.
But he's a photographer who directed one movie, and it was Johnny Mnemonic.
Huh.
Amazing.
I haven't seen it, and that's one of the ones that I have not seen since it came out. So I'm really wondering how I'm gonna feel.
How it fared.
Yeah, exactly.
All I know is barbed wire with Pamela Anderson still gives me a boner. So.
Yes, we all saw it. I mean, man, that movie had so much hype behind it when we were younger.
Dude, the best part of that movie is just the opening scene.
That's it. Yeah. Dang good scene.
That's it.
And she had just married Tommy Lee when it came out, so it was all big hubbub.
Yeah.
So what the heck is going on? I mean, not that it really matters, but what the heck is going on with her now? Because her Kid Rock thing was long ended, right? I haven't kept up with that.
Yeah. I think she just retired. I think she's just gonna, gracefully bow out of being
not with anybody, like not doing anything.
I don't know.
I saw her on Twitter the other day where she was without makeup and people were like talking trash about her. And I know she's had work done, but I was looking at her face and she's a 60-year-old woman. And I'm like, if she looks that good at 60, I mean, she's 60. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, like she's fantastic looking still.
But people were still like look at how like haggish she looks. She's 60.
Shut up. Yeah, most of these fat retards. Yeah, fat retards saying that shit. Stop it.
I mean, I don't think they understand what that means to be that advanced in age. I mean, that most people are dead before then. Yeah. Like, give her a break.
Yeah. She looks great for her age.
K-pop says she popped back up after the Pam and Tommy show. Oh, that's interesting that Tokume brings that up. Ironically, Barbed Wire, Strange Days are both fantastic cyberpunk films. Strange Days is a wonderful cyberpunk film.
That's a great movie.
Extremely underrated film.
Great movie.
Another James Cameron production that came from Lightstorm. He wrote it. However, probably my favorite female director, Catherine Bigelow, directed it, who is awesome. And
didn't she do Barbie or something?
No, Catherine Bigelow is one of the probably the only woman who does action films. And now they do it. They have them, they're doing them. But I'm saying, like, back in the 80s, she was doing action films. And she's a beautiful woman doing action films. So it's even crazier, right? She's like this tall, thin Irish beauty.
Wait, an actress, or a director?
No, she's a director, and she has a real style, and it's distinctive.
Gotcha.
She did her first film was The Loveless with Willem Dafoe. Which is like a motorcycle movie. Then she did a movie that her and Eric Red wrote that you all know, or I'm sure Crager does, called Near Dark.
Yes, I do. I know that.
It's like a vampire western.
Vampire movie, yeah. Dark. With Bill Paxton in it.
Yep, Severin and Lance Henriksen and Jeanette Goldstein.
Yep.
How do you recall all these names?
I'm insane, Mr. Weldon.
He's a writer, and that's his job to remember shit. Sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funny we bring up Near Dark, Matt. I don't know. Are you familiar with Preacher?
The comic book? Yeah.
Do you remember the famous number 2, the Glenn Fabry cover with Cassidy pulling down his sunglasses with that wicked smile and the blood on his face?
Definitely, yeah.
That's lifted straight up from Near Dark. That's Bill Paxton. There's a scene where they go into a bar and they massacre a bunch of rednecks in a bar, and there's a shot of Bill Paxton, the exact same shot as Cassidy.
Like you do.
Yeah, reference.
Actually, let me find it because it's actually a great shot of him. But after that, she did another one called Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis. Another film she co-wrote with Eric Red. That's another stylish thriller. Then she married James Cameron.
No. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Ben Stiller, Blue Steel. Never mind.
No, he does the Blue Steel. He wasn't in Blue Steel.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know nothing.
Then she did the what do you call it? She married James Cameron, then was working for Lightstorm, and she did Point Break, which was a classic.
I love that movie.
And then
did y'all see the remake of Point Break?
No.
It has some good actors in it, like the bad guy liked him, but
why?
Didn't they do? Isn't it like I don't know? Isn't it like in Ireland or something? Like something weird?
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm just gonna stick to the original. Via con Dios. Yeah, just stick to the original.
I'm trying to find the.
I don't even know why I wasted my time.
Here it is.
You better not bring up Roadhouse.
Oh, I did not. I will never watch that. Oh my gosh.
With that fucking Irish fucking leprechaun.
See that? That's a great shot of Bill right there. And right before that he.
Gosh, what? I don't know if I know this. That's amazing.
And the film was shot by a guy named Adam Greenberg who did Terminator. and Terminator 2, and he just did beautiful knights, man. The knights in this film look gorgeous. But right before this, he's kind of pushing the glasses up his bridge, and it's the exact same composition as the Preacher cover.
Like, was he called out on it? Was it a scandal, or did he own up to it, or was it all cool back in the day? Like,
I think everybody was like, "Cool, that's a great homage."
Yeah, that's cool.
I think people took it exactly how it was supposed to be, with him going, "I love Near Dark. Everybody's in the know is going to know what this is, and they're going to love it."
Yeah, then we should bust Mobius for stealing, Clint Eastwood pictures for Blueberry. Or stealing pictures of Kevin Costner for Blueberry. From Dances with Wolves. So, no.
Tragedy.
No, not tragedy. People use reference, man.
Here we go. There it is. And it's one of the more iconic Preacher covers.
Even gods, they do use reference.
I'm all about reference. Whenever I draw, whenever I draw cars, and trees, I'm so simple minded when it comes to that. But if I just Google a quick tree or something real quick, I become a super being when I draw trees for some reason. But for some reason, I always try to encourage artists, especially when it comes to cars and trees and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, use as much reference as you can.
You catch me trying to draw a tree before I look at a tree or something like that, and I'll foul it up.
Nice.
And no, Arta Roy, she didn't direct The Peacemaker, that George Clooney film, by the way. She did Hurt Locker, she did Zero Dark 30, and she did the K-19 with Harrison Ford. And yes, Lance Henriksen is in it, and he's badass in it, Art of Roy. I'll show you a picture, because he's cool looking in the film.
He's so cool.
You'd be a lot cooler if you did.
A lot cooler if you did.
Oh, man. Not to get onto politics, but I just saw Matthew McConaughey. I live in Texas, and he's considering getting into politics over here in Texas.
Yeah.
And, I can't remember if the video I saw was an old video or if it was a recent one, but I just saw it yesterday. Anyways, weird.
Here he is. Here's Lance Henriksen in Near Dark. Look how cool he looks in that film.
Oh, that is awesome.
Hey, Comic Book, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. And there's actually a funny story here, is that Lance Henriksen is pretty method, and he got like this and drove down to shoot it in Texas like this.
Oh, really?
And looked like a crazy person. And he actually had, acrylic nails put on and broke them off with pliers. So he had these thick, bony nails. And a cop pulled him over and, just kind of looked at him like he was going to eat him and managed to back him off.
Oh, that's great.
Managed to dude, just get the hell out of here. Just because he just looked like he was ancient and it's going to kill you.
That's fantastic.
Essentially, the premise of the film, guys, is that the vampires have no powers. They're not, majestic beings. They're basically just people who can't go out in the sun, and are, basically impervious, and need blood. They're more like drug addicts, like traveling drug addicts.
Oh, that reminds me of that movie, the sequel to The Shining. Was it Sleep? Dr. Sleep? That was a good movie. I liked that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one is more similar. What is it? That Abel Ferrara movie he made, the black and white one that was a vampire movie, not The Hunger. That's the Tony Scott one. Tokime probably knows. Abel Ferrara, the vampire movie he made, the black and white one. Has a similar premise, which is a hackneyed one about addiction. For vampires, we've seen that over and over again as an allegory. Yeah. It's not new,
right?
But I think Near Dark, the angle it takes, which is the Western angle, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
And Adrian Pastar, that the one that was in Heroes, Adrian Pastar, he plays a country boy, cowboy. He's out in the town, meets a girl, she bites him. He turns, her posse shows up to grab him, and then it's kind of his struggle to either join the group or escape.
Escape.
There's Weldon. Check out Weldon, man.
I'm trying to keep up. Trying to keep up with Craiger's.
Fuck that guy. He draws so much better than me.
Whatever. Wait, listen. This is one of my all-time favorite artist measuring critiques, and the saying goes like this: is it's good from afar, but far from good when you get up close.
As they would say in Clueless, it's a Monet.
Such a good movie. Dang it! No, that's a good movie.
It looks great far away, but up close is a big mess.
Yeah, don't zoom in. Don't look up close to this crap.
Oh, don't give me that, Weldon. If everybody saw what you had on your desk when we started the live stream, they would see that you could zoom in on that for days.
Yeah,
well, that was like that. The only way I got through that was I just had to tell myself, you're gonna have to tackle this with no rulers on any of the bullets or anything like that. No rulers on any of the guns. That was the only way I got through that. It looked like good from afar, but don't zoom in.
By the way, this kind of brings up something interesting. How'd you hook up with Mike Barron to do Florida Man?
Oh, good question. So I got to do one of the coolest things I ever got to do was Mike Miller was working on a book called Monster Hunt, and then he didn't want to draw the second one, and Monster Hunt was all about vampires crossing over with other monsters and tackling the threat of whatever. What's the term for what's the term for Bigfoot? Like
the
cryptoids or whatever, and all the other stuff. So it's basically.
Well, you did do a Nexus book with him. I forgot about that.
So it was a Nexus / Bigfoot Bill / Lone Star crossover, and Mike. So it was Mike Miller's book. He didn't even want to write the second one, so he had Mike Barron write it.
Oh, and nice.
I don't know. Someone was just like, "Hey, try and see if you can get Weldon to draw." I don't. Doug Tenaple, I think, recommended me. Said to draw it.
Wow.
How long did it take you to do Florida Man? How long? What is it? A 48-page book?
Yeah. No. So Florida Man was, and yeah. So me and Mike been talking ever since, and Florida Man ended up being
second one. Or the first Florida
exactly.
Man?
Good point. Okay. It was the second Florida Man book, and it ended up being 66 or 67 pages. But I didn't ink it. I just roughly penciled it. You know what I'm saying? Like I do. Right. And they had a guy come over and finish it. So I feel weird about saying that I drew it.
You did breakdowns?
I just did the breakdowns for that.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Okay, so Florida Man was all breakdowns for you.
Yeah, it was just the breakdown. Somebody else came in and drew over it or finished it.
Nice.
And why was that? Like, why didn't you do the entire art of the book? Like, what was the reasoning behind that?
That's a good question, too. Why didn't I do that? I just want to say... Oh, my mom... Okay, weird story. Sorry to get weird on everybody, but my dad died and my mom had a stroke, and so it was a weird year for me. I didn't have time.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
I appreciate it. I wasn't really close to my dad. They were long separated, and I was close to my mom, so I was really just trying to take care of my mom before she did. And she's still around.
You're well at home here with family troubles, Mr.
She's
Weldon.
ornery, so she'll still be around for a while.
Oh yeah, they live forever.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, that I guess just a simple. That's why. And it was so fun to do, and the reason it's 66 pages because that breaks down into 3 issues really easily. And so he's going to break it down and do issues of that.
By the way, Matt, GJ says his condolences for you and your family, and Tokame says sorry to hear about your loss. Rough times.
I appreciate you guys. It's mortality, this is all meant to be temporary, right?
Yep. It's the price we pay for being born.
Yeah. Welcome, Edwin. Thanks for coming in, buddy. We're doing Sergeant Rock tonight.
Edwin, the 8th. Oh, wow.
Is that a light pad? Art of Roy wants to know.
Yeah, I actually just got this thing. Holy crap! Like maybe a month or two ago. I was looking at all these professionals with all their large A3 size, and I like this one. It was $40 or something like that. So it's holding up pretty good. If anybody's interested, let me know. I'll see if I can get you a link. Amazon.
Nice.
I was on one of those old boxy ones, those little half-size ones, those little sawed-off pieces of crap.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it feels good to retire that thing.
I still have my old school box one. I do.
I bought one at Goodwill because I was like, too, in case my other one broke down. I don't know if I'll ever use them now.
Goodwill is awesome. I'm addicted to Goodwill.
I'm addicted to Goodwill. I found some treasures.
I'm in a college town, so our Goodwills are always stocked with basically new stuff.
I always like going over to it's about an hour away, a little less, Fort Hood, because the mother freaking Fort Hood pawn shops are the best for all those reckless kids over there.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but I think you are. I think I've been to your website. And I think your wife runs your website.
Yeah, I told her not to do it. I was adamantly against that a long time ago. But
she mentioned she was in like Relief Society, so I'm assuming you're a Latter-day Saint.
Yes, that's correct.
So you guys have Deseret Industries.
Deseret. Yeah, I don't know too much about the book system, but I need to.
What I mean is when we're talking about Goodwill is that I think there's like a little known fact about Latter-day Saints or Mormons that they have a whole industry of recycling people's unwanted stuff, and it's good stuff that they actually provide to members, and they sometimes sell it in a store or they give it away.
Oh yeah.
And you'd be surprised what you could find.
That's
how am I surrounded by Mormons?
Well, let me clear this up. Anybody?
It's okay, man.
It's
I'm playing.
No, it's an old term, but more just to let you guys know, and I'm not gonna be upset about it if you forget or keep calling or using the name Mormon, but there really is no such thing as a Mormon. It was actually a term that was given to the early members of the church because we believe in the Bible and we believe also in the Book of Mormon. And so it's actually a derogatory term, though nobody like looks at it like as someone's being mean, you know what I'm saying? And
if I call it's like the N-word for Mormons.
It was. That's how it started. Yeah.
What up, Mormon?
Because we're fully Christian, and
sure.
It's so to say we're Mormon or Mormonism, there's literally no such thing. We don't worship Mormon or anything. The Book of Mormon is just like the Book of John, Revelation, all that other stuff. Anyways, just a funny. Not actually never. I went to Utah. I did a mission. I went to Utah for 2 weeks, and that was.
You did your mission in Utah?
No, I just went there for 2 weeks before I got shipped out to California.
Really? Like
Oakland, California.
I think the reason he said that, Matt, is because his main collaborator and main employer is Adam Lawson, who is also a member of the church.
Really?
He's a Latter-day Saint.
That's hilarious.
So, and Will is a former Latter-day Saint. And,
what?
I was raised in the church.
Yeah, and I spent many summers in Utah.
Did you not?
In Tooele. and little tiny Mormon town.
Yeah, I never even heard of that town, but I'm not from Utah either, so that's a funny name.
So yeah, Tooele. So yeah. I know all about all my friends growing up were all from Utah.
That's amazing.
And I have this, Matt, is that I grew up in the church. My mother was a strict Latter-day Saint.
Are they still in the some of your family members?
My mother would be if she didn't have dementia.
Gotcha.
But she, her life was dedicated to the church. She was, in Relief Society, volunteering, teaching. Yeah. So I was steeped in that, and I have nothing but fond memories and great opinions of the church and the community in it. My thing is more so that my faith is kind of drawing me to the Orthodox Church in terms
of Catholics and stuff like that. Or?
And again, it's nothing against LDS. I love everybody in it, and they're good. They're wonderful people. It's more of like an epistemology dispute than it is like a problem with anybody or the church itself.
Sure. When it comes down to it, people have a hard time with basically 2 or 3 things, and which is we believe in prophets and additional scripture. That's hard for people. And I get it. That's prophets has always been a hard topic for everyone in the church in the olden days and everything. So,
hey, Maromi, welcome, buddy. We're doing Sergeant Rock. Not doing, but drawing. GJ said he was baptized as a Latter-day Saint or a Mormon. I stopped going to church when I was 18. Never went back.
Yeah, I can't remember. My dad was in the Navy. I'm the first member of this generation to go on a mission. So I'm kind of like one of the first generations. Because I grew up Catholic and Baptist, and I loved going to Baptist services and Catholic services growing up. My literally half my family tree is one, and the other half, which is why my parents are separated.
Well, we were Catholics up until my mom. My mom broke that line.
My dad, oh my goodness, there's so many wacky stories of my mom trying to run off and baptize us and our sisters Catholic, and my dad was like, "No," when you try to intercept her. It was just weird stories.
We're having baptism wars.
Yeah, baptism wars.
Were they doing the whole Nacho Libre thing and sneaking up behind you with a bowl?
I don't know.
I don't believe in that. I believe in the science.
I believe in the science. Why are you always hating on me?
That's the
best. Always hating on me.
Dude, why? Oh, we need to do Nacho Libre, or y'all need to do Nacho Libre one of these days.
I would love to.
Oh my gosh.
Arteroy says a friend of mine found a $2 grand drafting table for $45 at a thrift store and bought it for me.
What, a $2,000? An expensive one?
Yeah. Had to cut the top down a bit and add a pencil stop at the bottom. Wow, that's a come up right there.
Dude, I got one of those 6-foot long ones. I waited really patiently for one to pop up, and I don't know if it might have been one of those $2,000 ones, but it is massive. If it's the one I'm like yours, it's got its metal base, and
is it hydraulic and
no. I wish.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm done.
I'm really curious. I'll be done in like 10 minutes, or I guess I could be done.
Keep going. I want to see that nurse, take shape.
Yeah, I'll be fast. I need to pull out my brush here in a second.
I'm closing mine. I'm gonna.
What did Tokum say? Will, I always had a thought you were Catholic. It was only the last few years I found out you were not. The path of those that choose those ways is a hard one, but my respect to those that do. Yeah, man. Like I said, it was very natural for me and it's a good time to do it because my mother would be very upset if she was of right mind. She'd be very upset. My mother was a dedicated LDS.
No, even like now, you're saying she would still be. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, she would be at church. She would still be doing Relief Society, still be doing volunteering, still be hosting the missionaries.
Oh yeah.
But she would be very upset with me if she knew I was like, because she hated Catholicism. Hated it. Oh yeah. Maybe it's because she's from South America and there's an antagonism with the church.
Sure.
You know, and in South America.
It's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, so she and her father had a beef with the Catholic Church from his experiences in fascist Italy.
Oh crap! Really?
So, you know, they just all had a beef with the Catholic Church, and my mom was the one who led the charge to convert to LDS when they came here to the United States.
No.
So they're literally born over there.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I wonder if she knew about the church over there too, or if it was when she got to this stage.
She met missionaries down there, and they're the ones who converted her.
Protect your skin with La Roche-Posay's ultra lightweight sunscreen.
All right, we'll stop talking about it.
My dad just said, "I'll be whatever you want, dear, to marry you."
Oh, that's really nice.
My dad was a Jack Mormon. He wasn't a Mormon at all. He said whatever.
Hello, Dad. I'm in jail. Hello, Dad. I'm in jail. Hi, Dad. I'm calling you from jail. Hi, Dad. Happy birthday. I'm in jail.
Jail.
Is that how you're cutting through all this talk like a heathen cymbal at a rock concert?
Yeah, I can't deal, man. I'm so glad I'm an atheist.
But you're surrounded by us.
Yeah, that's so funny. Like that you have workmates that are.
It's funny. Church. It's so funny.
It's
all of them, everybody, and none. You know what's great about them? None of them try to convert me.
Yeah, what can you do?
No, there's no working.
No, the church is very into like missionary work, but yeah, it's we're all about trying to be just
So I tell everybody, nobody's raised to be a heathen. They're usually raised by a religious family, right?
Yeah.
So especially if you're my age, I'm 50. So to think I wouldn't have like parents that had religion or grandparents that had religion, they definitely did. So, they had me baptized as a child also, and I went to church. I went to several different churches. I went to some Catholic-y churches. I went to some Christian-y churches. I've been to some Indian, like Hindu-y churches. Awesome. I've been to like New Age, born again, tongue speaking fucking Christian churches.
Oh, those are the wildest. Yeah, I was like 20 when I went to my first one where they were throwing hands on heads and throwing people to the ground.
Yeah, don't fucking touch me.
Talking in tongues, like the whole time.
By the way, Matt, do you remember these?
Yeah, not okay.
Oh, I remember.
Not okay. I don't like that.
I found them. So. Look at that, the black and white ones. I found.
I hear you, Crager. Yeah, I'll never forget those.
Yeah, it's traumatic shit, man. So that's not right. And so yeah, I don't deal well with that stuff. And and even if I did pick a religion, which one? Which one is right? Which one? Like all of them or one? Right?
Yeah, that's a good question. Super good question.
Right? How about like Will, man? You were a Latter-day Saint. Now you want to go a little more orthodox. Like, isn't there a fucking rule against that shit? Isn't fucking Mormon God going to be angry at you for that? Like,
well, here's a really good, when it comes down to like something simple about decision I made whenever I was doing Baptist thing and I was doing the Catholic thing. I remember going to high school with the Baptist church with all my friends and stuff. When it comes down to it, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there's no collection plate. I was like, what?
That's great.
There's no paid clergy. There's nobody bugging you for
That's
money
amazing.
so they can nobody gets paid for their positions. It like for the bishops who run the
That's
the ward
great.
meetings every Sunday. They're literally there and they're not getting paid. And so I like it. There's no paid clergy, and that was a huge decision for me.
So I have one question, and all they have to do is show it to me just for me to become a Mormon. They got to show me the gold tablets.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can show you some other gold tablets from other cultures, but
no, I want to see the ones they have in Utah in the vault, in like where I want to see those. And if they show me those, I'll be a Mormon tomorrow.
That's pretty awesome.
So that's all it would take. That's all it would really take. So just show me. But if I ask that question, they would throw me out and never let me back in. So
I think the time's gonna come for that. The way I understand it, like, there was only a portion of the plates were translated back in the early 1800s, and so they were taken to hold back for a sealed portion that is to, I believe, maybe to come forth later. I don't quote me on that.
Hey,
but back in the
just show it to me, man.
I want to see it too. But the coolest thing is
I want to see it too.
I've seen lots of other plates from other cultures. But to break it down though, I guess let me throw some brush on this and I'll be done.
That's such a sweet piece. I dig it already. That's such a good piece.
I like.
See, that's how I want to draw all the time.
Are you going to throw some brush on yours, Crager? Did you throw brush on yours?
He did throw brush on his.
He's
freaking on top of it.
I suck. I'm already done. So
let me see it.
I can't.
It's because some people just walked in.
I did the most simple version of Sergeant
Rock.
That's
awesome.
Ever. No,
I don't think.
No, the pants.
I phoned it in.
I don't think Hyper Potato gives a rat's ass. I think
draw good fabric and good pant legs like that. This is the first time in a long time that when I've drawn like military guys, where they didn't have like the lace up boots. Their pant legs just go all the way down to the boots, and that's Sergeant Rock right there. Like,
yeah, it's old school. That's right. World War II, Vietnam. They didn't lace their boots up into their
shins.
Well, yeah, they don't. They let their pants hang over their boots as opposed to their boot being tucked into their pants being tucked into it. Like back in high school when we wore docks, we would tuck our pants into our docks, like our 12-hole docks.
And yes, Gordon, the winner did show, so you could put your tongue back in your mouth, for that piece.
Oh, was he? Okay, wait. So the rules state that if the person doesn't show, then the one that's made the suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, usually I would hunt them down and
that's
give
nice.
it to them.
But usually they've all shown. Like we had one where it was literally the last minute of the show, and he I just woke up. Did I win?
Exactly. Yes, he did. He did win.
Lucky.
So,
GJ says, Crager, I swear, you're your worst critic. Come on, sir. That piece is fire 100.
Yeah, you're being too hard. So
I'm working on JAWBONE.
Thank you, Marco.
Well, I had to stop in the middle of working on a JAWBONE death page to do like a painting, and I had to record the painting for a special show in the next week or two.
You guys are going to be blown away by that one. That's going to be a good guest.
Well, I'm excited about your another future guest, Brother Townsend.
Yes.
Chad, great guy.
Chad is going to be awesome. I got to hang out with him in Houston a couple weeks ago. Freaking one of the funnest weekends of my life.
And you did that beautiful what is it? Phantom. What Black Phantom cover?
Black Phantom. He said he gave me a copy of the book. I didn't know he actually put it in the book as the little opening, one of the opening background images. I was stupefied. I couldn't believe it.
I kept telling him I want a variant of that, like a green foil variant of that.
Chad is the man. He's got super skills. I've known him for over 10 years. I used to hang out with him at conventions and sit behind the same table with him at conventions and he had his little baby girl there too at his conventions, and he just told me like she's 19. I'm like, oh my gosh,
he's a granddad.
Yeah, he's the best. Chad,
he's got a great family. He's got quite a good setup in his life.
Well,
It's a nice piece.
Yeah,
it's a nice start.
I'm looking forward to having him on. We have a nice line of guests, but this one in particular that we're kind of teasing, I think you guys are gonna find that interesting.
Yeah, it should be awesome. And they asked to come on sooner rather than later, so we're trying to do it so that we have a special time to do it. So we don't know whether it'll be on a Monday or not. It'll probably be random. I don't know if I'm going to have tons of time to like basically post about it beforehand. It might it took me probably 4 or 5 hours to do the painting, so I recorded the whole thing, but we'll fast forward through it. And if I show it, it'll give it away. So I'm not.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna show
Put it
it.
this way, Seth, you have to come to that show. I think you'll like that show, Seth.
Yeah, you should like it.
Maromi asks Marduk, like the patron god of Babylonia. Like, who's he asking about?
Who? Marduk? Modoc?
Marduk.
I'm pretty much done. I'm just
Marmaduke.
See, look, Hyper Potato says doesn't look phoned in at all, Crager. I'm thrilled, and that's the man receiving the piece, so he's happy.
I'm so happy that you're happy. Thank you.
That's the only way I get through these things sometimes is if someone just talks me down off the ledge and says they're happy.
What colors are
I'm
in
a
the
fanboy
painting?
of yours, Matt. I love everything you do.
All the colors, Gordon. All the colors.
All the beautiful. So far,
pretty much done. I'm just gonna hatch the crap out of this helmet while we hang out and talk.
Fantastic, thank you, Seth. I'm glad Seth moved his nerd night so he can be here with us.
Yay!
He moved his Cyberpunk game to Tuesday nights.
Oh.
Well, I can appreciate it. We have 66 people currently watching right now, so that's pretty.
And congratulations, Hyper Potato. He's been asking for that every week since we started the show, so I'm glad he finally won.
I'd seen that around. Yeah. Wait, so do you make the wheel of distress like every week, or does it just
every week,
or does it stay up and you just replace?
No,
we have a thread.
Because I was gonna say maybe the wheel is like having mercy on you after a while because it's been skipping over Sergeant Rock for so many weeks.
I mean, one person actually got very lucky on it, which was Ali Sangwa. She got Crager's piece. They did what was it, Death, for Neil Gaiman's Death, but also Kelsey donated his piece, so she got Kelsey's and Crager's.
Well,
piece.
shoot, if anybody wants this, they can have it. Y'all can pick somebody else or give it to the same person. It doesn't matter to me.
I mean, I think it's only fair to give it to the same person.
Yeah, they earned it, right? They made the suggestion.
Yeah,
nice.
You know what? Let's give it to Hyper Potato. I mean, he's been suggesting every week. He's always here.
He's been waiting. Yeah.
So there you go. You get one from Matt Weldon too, Mr. Hyper Potato. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Weldon. That is very generous of you.
Well, I'm not gonna give him this. I might detail it some more. I might spend some more time on it. So
that's awesome. It came out so good. In August, we're going to have Joe Benitez on, and he's going to do a piece and give it away at the end, too.
Ooh. So you guys better be on your game and suggesting for that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Maybe we'll get more people to show up. It'd be nice.
I'm kind of happy. We're building this little groundswell of crew that is here every week, and I'm happy whenever I see you guys. It's sort of like hanging with the homies every week. It's our little corner of the internet.
Yeah,
and we're literally 11 subscribers away from being at 150 and giving away that New Mutants 98. That slab New Mutants 98.
Say what? The Deadpool one?
Yeah.
Oh snap! I thought I saw you holding up some bunch of slab stuff one week, many months ago.
That's true. I was. Yeah. So at 150, so we're gonna give away a slab New Mutants 98, and then at like 300, we're going to give away a New Mutants 100. And they're slabbed. I have a bunch more slabbed books coming. I have a slab JBD.
Are we gonna give that one away too, or is that a?
I purchased it myself, and he sent it to me, and I finally got it. And maybe down the line we could do that. But I have lots of other stuff that we can give away. I bought tons of books, and I want to give stuff to people. So give art away, give stuff away, build the channel, make it awesome.
Two things. Hi Potato, this is for you, Mr. Weldon. He said he DM'd you the address and he thanked you heavily for that.
Yeah.
He's ecstatic.
Nice.
Well, I know that guy he's been around for a long time.
Nice.
And also, I'm hoping that right around JBD2, we'll finally have Adam, if he's not jet setting somewhere, on the show.
Yeah, we should. We should get him on the show. We should force him to draw something.
Yeah, I'd like to see him draw something.
Oh, it's stick figures, but he can draw.
He'll do a an Adam Graham.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the coolest things I ever saw was someone requested a commission of a writer, and he has this little outline of a character, and he'll write some words in an outline, and you'll get the shape of a character in his words, and he sells those as commissions. I was like, that's actually pretty crafty.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, for writers. Let's get some extra scratch coming in, some lunch money that they normally wouldn't get. I think
Weldon had a good time on here. Hopefully he'll come back too.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, if after you get through all your guests, please have me again.
Please. Yeah,
this is what I live for,
For sure.
Conversation, the artwork. You guys are cool to the max.
Thank you, Matt. Can we see the meathead piece for the people who came in later?
Put it back up? Yeah.
Yes, please. I want to show everybody who came in a little late and didn't get to see it.
I still have it up. Yes, I do. Let me show.
So, yes, guys, I commissioned Matt to do...
Did you share the Black Flag stuff that I posted? I'm sharing the Black Flag stuff if you want to share that real quick.
Let me see it. Let's see here.
I'll try and make it bigger here in a second.
Let's see the Black Flag piece.
So there's the gorilla, and there is the winged girl sitting on his shoulder.
Geisha?
Whatever her name is, yeah.
Geisha.
Or not Bubble, right? Not the one you drew.
Not Bubble. I don't know. I never drew that character. So yeah, she's so I just drew, I don't know, it's a stupid background, but I did a bunch of bullet holes.
Oh, no, Frega would have loved this, Matt.
Black, and then some cracks in the ground to say flag. But yeah, I put a vacuum pack on his back. I don't know what I was doing.
I hope you finish this, because I think Frega would really dig this. I think he'd love this.
Yeah, her sitting on his shoulders with her feet on his arm was like, I don't know, it just kind of happened. It was one of those fun ones. I'm like, oh, man. That turned out okay. I like this big pig sticker on his body, on his arm over here. If y'all can see
I like the angle. I like how he's kind of just this round. He takes up so much of the frame.
And then just nothing but pouches. And then I did this little group shot of them. What was I doing? So there's the main character guy.
There's Sniper. There's Rascal.
What's her name? And then there's
Geisha. There's Gorilla.
And that's Bubble back there,
okay,
I'm guessing.
That's his leg. I'm trying to figure this out. It's been a long time since I looked at it. The Bubble character, the ape. And then, who's this guy with the cape? What was I doing? I don't know.
Oh, it's Raven.
And then, okay, so it might have been for a drawn and quartered. And the Booster Kiwi character right here, he's one of the guys that hosts that drawing so I drew him in there too. But yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, this is nuts. Like, they wanted to see this stuff done. And remember, we haven't shipped Black Flag, so if you feel inclined to do some fan art, you're more than welcome.
I'll dig these up. But let me give you that other one too, real quick. Sorry, I don't know why.
I had Matt do a meathead piece, for me as a promotional piece to go with the book when we do eventually complete it. So this is his breakdown that we showed at the beginning of the stream, but for the people who came in late, here it is again.
And meathead. Allow. All right. I got that up too.
There we go. Here it is. Bam.
So good.
I like drawing antlers, but the antlers had to go off panel.
Oh yeah.
Because I wanted I don't know if she's exactly huge or not, but I wanted to draw her huge.
She can be.
Yeah. She's not exactly real. That's the most I'll say about her.
There can be many of them too.
Oh yes. Crap! Oh,
this
crap.
Is Joe's.
Now you got me all jazzed to like draw different versions.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She is his demon. Put it that way.
I like drawing like bony. I don't know if she's bony, but I like drawing, getting my anatomy on with some of the hip structure and all that other stuff. So you guys have something cool going, man. Y'all are what I've seen so far.
Oh, thanks, man.
She reminds me of this. This is probably a very obscure reference, but there was a horror film made in the 80s based on a Lovecraft story called The Unnameable, about a demon woman living in a graveyard that's haunting a house, and some not teenagers, but college students go to see if the stories are true about this monster lurking the grounds. And they end up, of course, encountering her in this dark mansion, and she's stalking them through the house, and she looks just like this. And she scared me quite a bit as a kid. So I'm glad even though you didn't have that as a reference, I'm glad you kind of went there a little bit without going there.
I wanted something. I'm trying to get my shadows on too, and some of my drawings.
Here, let me show you guys, because it is a creepy creature in my opinion.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Let me find a good one of her. This is a close-up of the creature, but I think as a kid, she was pretty freaky looking monster. I'll show you the box art, because the box art is actually very good. That was on the VHS. Give me 1 second to...
I love me some good VHS. Or I can't bring myself to throw away any of my VHSs boxes full.
I mean, I hate the. Come on.
I still have some old VCRs that I need to. That I don't know what I was thinking when I set them up, and then I had kids, and now if I'm gonna play anything, I'm gonna have to open them up and pull out all the toys that they stuffed in there over the years before I even try to play anything.
Nice.
Okay, so here we go. This is it right here. Sorry, guys. It took me a minute to find it.
Oh, you're good. That was less than a minute.
Here's like a Google Images of it. You can kind of see what she looks like. Very freaky creature.
That is freaky.
Yeah, freaky. Freaky goodness.
And you can see there's other ones here, like more of a...
Gosh. Terrifying.
This is the one that was on the back of the VHS.
Awesome. That is awesome.
So throughout the film, she's sort of stalking him through the house, and they have to hide in the nooks and crannies of this place and get away from her.
So she kind of reminds me of, like, I really want to draw a really cool Krampus one of these days. Like, I really want to, I don't know.
And they actually made a sequel, by the way, that was played by Julie Strain, and this is the sequel. Kevin Eastman's wife, the heavy metal
look at those bone structure, man. That's awesome.
So
I'm watching this cool series, like was it a Carnival Row? I'm finally catching up to that, and they got cool monsters in there too. Kind of remind me of it a little bit.
By the way, Tokume says that's his ex from 6 years ago.
Nice.
Hey, you guys, I really appreciate y'all having me, man. I feel extremely privileged that y'all would consider me. I mean, it's pretty much that it's all about people you know, and I know William, which is the only reason I got on here. But
well, then you act like I'm somehow like at a league above you, my friend.
You pulled some strings for me, bro, because I'm not that big a deal at all. So
I think our chat would disagree with you there.
Well, we appreciate you coming, actually. So
yes, thank you, Matt.
Will speaks very highly of you. I, didn't know your work until recently, which
I'm scarce.
No, it's good, man. I like your stuff, and as I said, I saw that Shank piece a while ago, and I was like, holy shit, that kid's good. So It makes me very happy to see people of your caliber in the comic book industry. So, are we going to wrap this up, gentlemen, right now?
Yeah, I think we had a great show. We got some awesome pieces out of it. Congratulations to Hyper Potato for getting both of these. You are a lucky man.
Exactly.
And of course, Gordon Goodbrother says we appreciate Mr. Weldon's humility. He's no joke, but he is no joke indeed.
He's really good. He's really awesome. So, yeah, guys, welcome. Thank you for coming out to for Comic's Sake, the only comic book show that I know that gives away art once a week. And when we get more subscribers, we're going to start giving away comic books, slabbed comic books from the 90s, stuff that people really love. And we're going to keep it up. So as the channel grows, I want to be able to give away more stuff. So remember to be kind to each other. Work real hard out there. Don't get in your own way. Do be fearless when you create art. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we're going to end up closing this right now.
Good words of advice. Good words of advice.
Yeah, just be fearless. Be fearless. So, and as always,
close it on Seth's quote here.
Yeah, humility is the first sign of a true artist. When we embrace our innocent self, we become better people.
Indeed.
Yes, we do. So, everybody have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Smile, love everybody, and as always,
vaya con Dios.
Yeah.
Vaya con Dios. Ciao.
Yeah.